Okay, overall first day as a whole, I would say some good, some bad. Got a lot of new faces out there. Have to understand tempo. Have to understand the sense of urgency. But again, it is the first day. I don't want to be too critical on things. But overall, I would say I expected more from the first day initially. Sometimes when I go watch the film, I kind of look back and say it wasn't that bad. But right now, it was just an average first day overall. I thought the special teams was improved from the spring. I see exactly where that sits. You sit back and watch the film. But, offensively and defensively, one young man that jumped out at me was Chuck Jacobs, the wide receiver. He made some nice plays for us. A late addition to the team as we came through it. Just as you recruit all year long, and he was a late addition. So young guys will get better. JC guys have to get better. They have to understand the sense of urgency of what Division I football. There's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of reps, a lot of defense, a lot of offense. But that's how we're going to force feed them. So we'll get better.
How about the young?
I was going to say, is that still your music out of your deal, like you said last year?
Music out of my deal.
Your iPod?
My iPod? No, that wasn't mine. That was Mathis's iPod.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. You don't like that?
No. Yeah, you got to tell him to change that, man.
It's a very
there's some good.
That wasn't even eclectic, man.
You know what I want it to do? Is I want it to irritate the kids. So that's
that
good.
was irritating.
Irritated Tony Jones. Mission accomplished. Here we go. Okay.
We need some hip hop.
Any other new scholarships other than Chuck Jacobs?
Yeah. Well, there's some kids in our program that we awarded scholarships to this week. Jake Dowdy, Jamie Marcosian, McCade Brady, all received scholarships, and those young men have done an absolutely terrific job for us. All three Utah kids, and then Tavita Baifao also received scholarships. So, there's a couple of the young men that are out here going to fight for spots. We'll see exactly where they sit as they come through camp.
Anybody didn't come so far that you're still expecting?
Oh, we don't have Ruben here. Ruben is, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about a guy that's not in our program, but we'll see if Ruben can get it done, and we'll wait patiently for a short period of time, and then we'll move forward.
When will we know?
Don't know. That's a good question. I don't know yet. And a lot of it depends on, it's timing of grades and when they get graded, and all we can do is get information when it's gathered through a professor and it gets put on by the junior college. So we'll see. Maurice Alexander, I expect to be here on Wednesday, so it'll be great to get Maurice here. And other than that, we're firing pretty much at all cylinders.
Where was Walter today?
Guys who aren't here, but is there anybody who was a surprise that didn't come back that you thought was, if he doesn't want to play anymore? Or
No.
Nobody like that?
No. No one was a surprise. Everybody came back in the program. I feel good about all the young men that are here, and we have 3 kids that aren't with us that are injured, but those 3 aren't in camp. But I feel good about the young men that are with us, and look forward to getting better.
How did you assess the quarterbacks today?
Initially, okay. Probably about the same way I felt about them when I walked out of spring. But I'm not watching a lot of that sometimes, so I'll have to wait and watch the film. And, it seemed like a little bit better command of the huddle than we had in the spring. I felt like the system of getting the play in seemed a little bit cleaner. The big play was made by the freshman, so he threw the ball down the field, and it was freshman and brand new JC guys. So that was good to see. Hopefully the old guys will look at that and find a way to have it be them.
Are these the 2 kickers you're looking at right now?
At this moment, subject to change at any second. So we'll see how it goes. That's a competition that's going to be open for a while. We'll see. They both did okay today. We'll keep putting them in very tough situations. My goal for this football team is to put them in obnoxious situations as much as I can throughout camp. They'll see that on special teams. They'll see that on offense. They'll see that on defense. You saw that with the 2-minute today. We'll continue to do that and be very unorthodox at times during practice to force them to adjust to situations. It's not just perfect standard operating procedure the way they're used to.
Coach, where was Walter today?
Walter is in a family scenario. He'll be here. He'll be back. So it's nothing bad. It's a good scenario. So we'll get Walter.
We heard he was having a child. Is that true?
You have to ask Walter that.
Okay.
So, there we go. He'll be back soon. He'll be back tomorrow, next day.
Okay. When you're talking about special teams, and was it just the kicking part you're talking about because that was such a glaring thing in the spring?
That was obviously number one we talk about, but I like the special teams drills. We definitely ran down hard the athleticism. There wasn't, we lined up as a punt team and we covered down on some kickoff drills, and it was really basic fundamental special teams play. But I like that effort. I think we got a lot of kids with excitement and energy running down the field on special teams, and that needs to carry over, especially to the defensive line. And I'm critical on the defensive front. I always will be, but I didn't like it today. Overall, I thought they were not the way I want them to be, and we'll get that fixed quickly.
Where do they need to improve?
Everything, in my opinion. Their technique, their toughness today, their ability to run to the football consistently, their ability to understand that if they want to play a fairly big scheme on defense for a defensive lineman to understand substitutions, their mind has to be in it consistently, snap in and snap out, and it's nothing I haven't seen before. They can grow up very quickly, but they need to be able to take the next step as a D-line, and I won't let up on those guys.
Thoughts behind Dontel moving to receiver?
Just he's a better receiver than he is a corner, period. And I think that's where he can help us the best. And with the JC kids coming in the corner spot, I think Dontel's in the best spot for him to have an opportunity to help us, and he's in the fight to get on the field at wide receiver.
How well is Chucky grasping the offense?
Pretty good so far, seems to be. You know, it's again, it's a walkthrough and 24 periods in, and I'm probably way too critical right now. But you know what? It's year 3, so I'm critical on myself, and just like I told the kids, if I feel that way, then I feel that way about myself. I need to do a better job of getting them ready to get out there on the field. But I expect them to all operate at a high level, and Chucky seemed to have pretty good command, pretty good poise for day one. His eyes looked right, didn't have a lot of panic in his eyes, so I would say a positive day out of Chucky Keaton day one.
Do you notice a difference when you go these 5 days without full pads? Are they different when they put on full pads and ready to go?
Yeah, the first day in full pads some days may be just, you think it may be a little bit sluggish, but I like building up to it. I like the way the NCAA has made the rules is 2 days in no pads and then build up to the shoulder pads and then go full pads. And nowadays the pads are so light, and so, back in the day I used to have an excuse that my pants are really tight and stuff. Kids can't say that anymore. They're like silk and they're all nice. So no, I don't think they can use that as an excuse. But I like the way it builds up into pads. I think it's good for our team. I think it's good for everybody in the country.
Coach, whoever it ends up being a quarterback for you, how much is it going to help having Turbin lined up behind him now?
I think it'll really help. We need, again, a quarterback that we want to come in and manage a football game. And when he does that, we want him to be able to take advantage of opportunity when opportunity presents itself. Robert Turbin is a tremendous back. He's proven that in 09. He looks to be the same as he was in 09, but probably more hungry. Probably a better schooled student of the game of football than he was in 09. So it will definitely help. It'll help to have Michael Smith, Stanley Morrison, and Matt Austin also. And, Tanner Richens, a tackle. There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle that weren't there in 2010 that the new quarterback in 2011 had the opportunity to deal with.
Did today feel a little different for you, focusing mainly on the defense with you taking over the coordinator duties?
It was today was I really tried to look and hone in on just the skills of all the new kids, and watch the DBs backpedal and watch the safeties listen and communicate, and a lot of new faces out there, especially on defense. But is it different? Not much different than it was really in spring ball, but I enjoy it. I think it's the most effective spot for me to be for us as a staff, for this football team, no question. So I'm comfortable and I'm excited about the future here. Anything else? Okay.